Hi, I'm Yana from English Buff and I have a question to you. Have you ever made a mistake while speaking in English? I guess every one of us has had an awkward moment while speaking. It might be a relief for some to learn that even native speakers make mistakes. Yeah, no one is flawless actually. Still, there are some mistakes that may be easily avoided. Number 1. Incomplete comparisons. Our car is stronger, faster, better. Stronger, faster, better than what? A horse, a dog, or an older model? So when you are asserting that something should be compared to something else, make sure that you clarify what this else is. Otherwise, it's really unclear what you are comparing something to. My car is better, stronger, faster than your car. Or my new model is better than my old model. So there should always be something you compare it to. Mistake number 2, then versus then. Let's take a look at the sentence. My dinner was better than yours. What's wrong with this sentence? Well, clear that this is then, and it should be replaced with then. But why? The word then is a conjunction used mainly to make comparisons. For example, my brother is taller than me. So I compare myself to my brother. And then is mainly an adverb that we use to situate the time. First we made a dinner and then we ate. Less versus fewer. You know the checkout aisle in the grocery store that says 10 items or less? Well, actually that's incorrect and it should be 10 items or fewer. Items are quantifiable. We can count them. So we can count out 10 items. And when we can count something, we use fewer, like fewer people, fewer things, fewer apples, etc. But when we cannot count something and it isn't quantifiable, we use less. Less money, less time, less traveling. Number 4 is a vague pronoun reference. So everybody knows that a pronoun can replace a noun and its antecedent should be a place, a person, or a thing to which the pronoun refers. A vague pronoun reference, including it, this, that, which, can leave the reader confused about what or to whom the pronoun refers. I have an example for you. When Ben finally found his dog, he was so happy. Who? The dog or Ben? Or both? Therefore, the correct answer will be Ben was so happy when he finally found his dog. The next one. Who versus whom. So the first thing that you should know about that, who refers to the subject and whom refers to the object. Who wants some chocolate? Who is a subject, but whom do you trust more? You is a subject and whom is an object. If you are still unsure, try substituting who with he or she and whom with him or her to see if they fit. Let's take a look. Who wants some chocolate? He wants some chocolate, but not him. We cannot say him wants. That's why it's who. And whom do you trust more? I trust him. We cannot say I trust he. That's why it's whom, but not who. Number 6. Possibility versus opportunity. So what is the difference between these two? Let's take a look at the example. I have the possibility to visit New York next year. It's a mistake because after the verb have, we use the word opportunity. I have an opportunity to visit New York next year. The word possibility we usually use in the expression there is a possibility. There is a possibility that I may visit New York next year. The next one, year versus years. I visited a castle with my 5-year-old niece. Well, for some of you it may seem to be correct. You may have learned at school that when we speak about age, year should be plural, but you should always keep in mind that it's correct only when we speak about the age with the verb to be. My niece is 5 years old. However, when the age is expressed in form of the adjective and it stands before the noun, the word year is always singular. So the correct one is I visited a castle with my 5-year-old niece. Number 8, much. Well, it's mainly about the place in the sentence. I like very much pizza. Something that you should remember that the adverb much never goes between the verb and the object, but it rather always goes at the end of the sentence. I like pizza very much. Nevertheless, this is an expression that isn't used much in oral discourse, so using a lot or really would be much better. For instance, I really like pizza or I like pizza a lot. The next one, explain. The common mistake is, I will explain you the problem. What is the mistake here? The point is that we never use indirect plus direct object construction with explain, but we should make it like that. Explain something to somebody. So, I will explain the problem to you, but never I will explain you the problem. This is the mistake. And the last one, subject of an infinitive. Do you want that I make dinner? So just remember, in English, the pronoun that is never used after the verb want. The correct construction requires the verb in the infinitive with to after want. Here are examples. Do you want me to make dinner? I want you to come with me. So now let's get a bit of practice. I've created a small quiz for you with the mistakes covered in this video. You will find the link below. I will be back here next week with another lesson for you. Bye for now.